Let's break down BRICS. You've probably heard the name tossed around in the news, but what does it actually mean and why is it suddenly everywhere? BRICS is more than just an acronym, it's a symbol of a changing world. Imagine the world as a high school playground, where different groups form cliques, each with their own influence and rules. For decades, one group has dominated the scene. For years, the G7, the so-called popular kids, set the rules, decided who got invited to the best parties and shaped the global agenda. They represented the world's richest, most powerful economies, mostly from the West. But now, a new group has set up their own table, BRICS. They're not just asking for a seat, they're building their own clubhouse with their own vision for the future. Originally, BRICS stood for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and later South Africa. These countries come from different continents, cultures, and histories, but they share a common goal: to have a bigger voice in global affairs. Together, they realized they had something powerful. With massive populations, vast natural resources, and rapidly growing economies, they could rival the traditional powers. So, they teamed up. Not just for economics, but to challenge the old rules set by the West. They wanted to shape the world's future, not just follow someone else's script. Fast forward to today, BRICS is no longer a small club. It's a growing force, attracting attention from countries all over the world. It's expanding fast, welcoming new members from Africa, the Middle East, and beyond. Each new addition brings fresh perspectives and ambitions, shaking up the global order. This isn't just about money anymore, it's about power, influence, and rewriting the rules of the game. BRICS wants to create a world where decisions aren't made by just a handful of countries. BRICS is building its own banks and institutions, offering an alternative to the Western-led system. They're creating new ways for countries to trade, invest, and cooperate on their own terms. The expansion signals that many countries feel left out by the old guard and want a bigger say in global decisions. For them, BRICS represents hope for a fairer, more balanced world. BRICS is now a movement for a multipolar world, where power isn't just in Washington or Brussels, but spread across several centers. It's about creating a world with many voices, not just one. As the club grows, the old G7 is starting to worry. The balance they once enjoyed is shifting, and they're not sure what comes next. The global playground is changing, and BRICS is leading that change. They're not just participants, they're becoming the trendsetters. The world's balance of power is shifting, and the future is more uncertain and more interesting than ever before, and everyone's watching to see what happens next. Will BRICS reshape the world, or will the old powers find a way to hold on? Only time will tell. BRICS started as a group of just 5 emerging economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. For years, these nations worked together to amplify their voices on the world stage, challenging the dominance of Western-led institutions. But now, the group is expanding at a pace few could have predicted. In 2024, 4 new countries, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates, officially joined the alliance. Their entry marked a significant turning point, signaling that BRICS was ready to welcome new perspectives and broaden its influence. The momentum didn't stop there. In 2025, Indonesia, the world's 4th most populous country and a major Southeast Asian economy, came on board, further strengthening the group's global reach. With these additions, BRICS now represents nearly half of the world's population and commands over a third of the global economy. This new lineup is more than just a numbers game. It's a seismic shift in global power dynamics. The expanded group includes some of the world's largest oil producers, vital shipping routes, and economic powerhouses from every continent except North America and Australia. Their combined resources and markets are reshaping international trade and energy flows. This isn't just a random collection of countries, it's a carefully crafted strategic alliance with ambitions that reach far beyond economics. Together, these nations are forging new partnerships and challenging old alliances. The expansion is about more than just economic cooperation. It's a bold political statement. BRICS is asserting itself as a counterweight to traditional global powers, demanding a greater say in how the world is governed. These new members are eager for a seat at the table, determined to influence decisions that affect billions of people. They want their voices heard in shaping the future of global governance. BRICS is now a coalition that spans continents, cultures, and ideologies. Its diversity is its strength, allowing it to address global challenges from multiple perspectives. The message is clear. The desire for a new, more balanced global order is widespread. People around the world are calling for change, and BRICS is answering that call. The BRICS family is now bigger, more diverse, and more powerful than ever before. Its influence is growing, and its ambitions are only getting bolder. The world is watching closely as this alliance evolves. Every new member, every summit, and every decision is making headlines and sparking debate. The old balance of power is shifting, and the impact is being felt in capitals and boardrooms across the globe. As the world changes, BRICS stands at the center of a new era, one where emerging voices are shaping the future. Why are so many countries lining up to join BRICS? It's not just a trend, it's a global movement that's gaining momentum every year. From Africa to Latin America, and from the Middle East to Southeast Asia, nations are eager to be part of something bigger, something that promises a new way forward. It's simple, they want a fairer deal. For decades, many countries have felt that the global system is stacked against them, with the rules written by a handful of powerful nations. Many nations feel sidelined by Western-led institutions like the World Bank and IMF. These organizations have often imposed strict conditions and policies that don't always fit local needs, leaving countries frustrated and searching for alternatives. BRICS offers a platform where their voices matter and their interests are respected. Here, emerging economies can collaborate as equals, not as junior partners. Membership means more influence, protection from Western sanctions, and a chance to shape global rules. It's about having a say in how the world's economy is run, and not just following orders from afar. Countries are tired of playing by someone else's rules. They want options. BRICS gives them a real alternative, a way to diversify their alliances and reduce dependence on any single power bloc. BRICS is seen as a safe harbor and a way to hedge bets in a world that's no longer dominated by one superpower. In a time of uncertainty, having more friends and more choices is a smart move. The rush to join is a sign of a bigger shift. The world is moving from a single center of power to many. This multipolar reality is changing how countries think about their future and their place in the world. Countries want to diversify their partnerships and have a seat at every important table. They're looking for new opportunities, new markets, and new allies to help them grow and thrive. BRICS is now one of the most attractive tables around. As the world changes, everyone wants in, hoping to shape the future, not just watch from the sidelines. Let's talk money. BRICS is a massive market, billions of consumers, huge economies, and new trade opportunities. The alliance has built its own bank, the New Development Bank, to fund projects without the strings attached by Western lenders. BRICS members want more control over their economic future. A big goal, reducing reliance on the US dollar. For decades, the dollar has dominated global trade, giving the US huge power. BRICS is pushing for trade in local currencies, a move called de-dollarization. This makes members less vulnerable to US sanctions and currency swings. They're even exploring a shared payment system to make this easier. For many, it's about financial independence and rewriting the rules of global finance. The dollar's dominance is being challenged, and BRICS is leading the charge. Here's where things get interesting. Even countries close to Europe, like Turkey and Senegal, want in on BRICS. Turkey, a NATO member and EU candidate, is frustrated with the West and wants more autonomy. Joining BRICS would let Turkey diversify its alliances and assert its independence. Senegal, too, is looking for new partners to speed up development and reduce reliance on old colonial powers. For both, BRICS offers equal partnership and access to development finance without political strings. Their interest is a wake-up call for the West. The world isn't divided into neat camps anymore. Countries are pragmatic. They'll work with whoever helps them most. Old alliances are less rigid. The global map is being redrawn. BRICS isn't one big happy family. There are real disagreements inside. China and Russia want BRICS to be a strong counterweight to the West, pushing for rapid expansion and a tougher stance. India and Brazil are more cautious. They value their independence and don't want BRICS to become a China-led anti-Western bloc. India worries about losing influence. Brazil wants balance but needs BRICS for trade. These tensions make the alliance's future uncertain. It's a constant balancing act between shared goals and national interests. The group's diversity is its strength and its biggest challenge. The path ahead is anything but simple. What's BRICS really after? A new world order. The alliance wants to break the old system built by the West after World War II. They've created their own bank and financial safety nets to rival the World Bank and IMF. The boldest move, challenging the US dollar's dominance. BRICS is trading more in local currencies and even discussing a shared payment system or new reserve currency. This isn't just about money, it's about power. By building alternatives, BRICS is creating a parallel financial universe. It's a slow process, but it's a direct challenge to the old order. The world is watching. So, what does all this mean for the rest of us? The rise of BRICS is a turning point. For the EU and US, it's a wake-up call. Their dominance is no longer guaranteed. Even traditional allies are looking for alternatives. The world isn't splitting into two camps. It's becoming a complex web of shifting alliances. The US must now compete for influence, not just expect it. For ordinary people, these changes could affect everything from gas prices to job markets. The old world order is gone. BRICS is accelerating change. We're all along for the ride into a new, unpredictable future.